My name is Erica Rachel Limón.
And what are you doing right now in your life?
In my life, well, currently I'm going to school, and then I'm preparing to leave for boot camp in June.
Now, you're going to boot camp.
Yes.
You had choices, right? You didn't have to join the military.
I didn't. I had a lot of choices.
Why did you decide to join the military?
I decided to join the Marines because it's challenging. Everything else in my life has been a challenge. I'm going into something that only 9% of it are females. Like, that excites me.
You have college paid for, right?
Yeah, but it's just boring to me. It's like school's easy to me.
You do know college is harder than high school, right?
I know.
And that there are some very difficult colleges in this world.
I know.
And you probably could get into those difficult colleges.
I know I could. But the fact is, I want to take a different route before.
Now this military bug.
I have an older sister. Her name's Rebecca. She's in the Army Reserve, and she's a year, 10 months, and 17 days older than me.
You guys aren't competitive, are you?
Yes, we are.
So how does she feel about you being in the Marines?
Well, when I called her up and told her that I had just sworn in, she hung up the phone on me.
What's the earliest competition you guys had?
I guess it would always have to be the competition for my real dad. Like, you would always expect that the little one would get more attention because she's the baby. But it wasn't like that. The attention I did get from him, it was bad attention.
When you say bad attention, what do you mean?
It was very abusive. Like, all throughout my childhood, pretty much. He would either hit me or he would molest me or things like that. And it was just really hard going through life with that. Yeah. And
when did you leave the house?
He kicked me out when I was 15.
Where was your real mother?
My real mom, she's been on drugs for pretty much my whole life. So it's like she needs to focus on herself.
What reason did he give for kicking you out of the house?
Actually, at the time that he told me to leave, it was because I didn't stop washing the dishes and take out the trash at that very moment.
Where did you go?
For a couple hours, I just walked around. It was dark, and I didn't really know where I was going.
Did you have luggage or anything?
I had nothing but the clothes I was wearing.
So after a couple hours, then what happened?
I ended up going to one of my friend's house, and I was like, look, I need your help. But he was on parole. So, you know, you kind of mixing a runaway with parole. It doesn't really work.
What would happen if you tried to go home?
I knew that if I was to go home, I probably wouldn't have made it out alive. Like, I know that for a fact. The way my dad is, the things he's done, the things I've seen him do, I know what he's capable of, and I know what he would have done. You know, no one deserves a life like that. And that's the way I saw it. I tried to talk to a social worker, and no one would come down to see me. No one remotely would acknowledge me. And then I told them my situation. I told them that my dad kicked me out last night, and I have nowhere to go. Like, I need help. And the only thing they told me was, I'm sorry, we can't help you.
So your father turns his back on you and kicks you out. The system doesn't help you. Then what do?
I was homeless for about a month. Like, I would go for weeks without eating.
Would you eat at school?
I wouldn't go to school.
So you weren't going to school. Where were you sleeping?
Wherever I could. Sometimes it would be a bench, sometimes the floor, something.
And how did you maintain your grades even after all that disruption in your life?
It was really hard, actually. For me, not to fail any of my classes first semester, that was a huge accomplishment for me.
And the people you currently call your mom and dad, how did you meet them?
The person I call my dad is actually my recruiter, and the person I call my mom is his fiance. I've never felt so honored to have someone like him in my life. He's made me see the person that I really am, and I owe him a lot for that. Like, I love him. Like, if he is my real dad, he was able to make me a kid again. You know, and that's how he sees me. He sees me as a kid. And that's always something I've always wanted.
Are you going to go to college?
Yeah.
When?
Most likely I'm gonna start taking classes either after my first year of being in the Marine Corps or after my second year. But I'm gonna start it while I'm in, because I don't wanna be out and not have a college degree.
You going to go to Harvard?
I don't know, I might.
Why not?
Because I'm like, I might. I never said no.